Right, so there are people on YouTube who do cracking stuff, right? Do cracking stuff. They mould shit into shit and all of this kind of stuff. If you want to know anything about Oli London, there are so many videos out there about Oli London that, like, so I feel like mine won't be watched. I don't need mine to be watched, to be fair. It's just my personal opinion on Oli London. A lot of people can splice in videos of his and say, like, look, this is where he's been, don't job Bob, right? My personal thing, it's just my opinion. It's like, if you want to research Oli London, go ahead and research Oli London. There are a lot of people that do it because the guy's not job Bob, right? Now, I've been following on Onion, Oily Onion, for a couple of years now. Not following, I've been aware of, right? Obviously, he doesn't think he's gymming. I don't think for a minute that he actually thinks he's gymming, right? I don't think that Oli London is doing what Oli London is saying that he's doing. He knows, he's got a fucking mirror, for God's sake. He has a mirror. He knows that he looks knack all like gymming, but he knows that if he says, I look like gymming, well, no, he doesn't say, I look like gymming, he goes, gymming, or gymming, I look like gymming. You don't look like gymming. His name's not Jimin. Maybe that's the way you pronounce Jimin. I don't, because I'm English. Oli London is Korean, apparently, so who knows how you actually pronounce Jimin. I ain't believing him, though. You know, like, and I've never heard a Korean person say, like, I follow a guy called Ben Kim, who's technically, he's Korean, so his name's Kim Ben, and a girl called Lisa, and I'm wanting to say, like, it's like, these people don't pronounce his name Jimin. They don't go, oh, Jimin. They say Jimin, right? So the way I've always known it is Jimin, right? So I might be wrong. His name might be Jimin. And Oli London might have been right this whole time. Well, we would know because he's married to the dude. Well, a cardboard cutout of. I saw somewhere online the other day, apparently he's been dumped by the cardboard cutout. Because that can happen. Like, you can marry a cardboard cutout, you could get dumped by a cardboard cutout. Anyways, right, the reason I'm talking about this madman, and that's what he is, he's a madman, right, is because in the last few weeks, I've seen him posting something. I can't remember what the first one was, I'll admit. Can't remember what the first one was. It was something like, something to do with his nose or something like that, something, nose or eyes. I think the eyes was a few months ago. They didn't work. Don't know more Korean than me, mate. So I think it was his nose, because he got, and he's saying like, oh, well, this is my last procedure now. I'm done. And then at the end of the video, he's going like, oh, can you have Korean ears? What? No, it was the nipples. That's it. He had Korean nipples done, which isn't a thing. And if you, like, go and look on Ben Kim's thing, he, like, literally, the geezer's Korean, and he's looking down and going like, nope, I don't have a Korean. I love the way he says nipple. Nipple. Oh, he just says it in a really cute way. Anyways, right, you can't have Korean nipples. There's no such thing as a Korean fucking nipple. But he's like, yes, have I my Korean nipples? I look just like Jimmy. Like every single fucking thing that this geezer does, he ends up going, and now I look just like Janine. Oh, it's Janine. It's Janine. No, you're not. You don't look fuck all like Janine, mate. Like, literally, your lips are wrong. The nose. Oh, let's go to the nose. Right, so nipples, right, he said, I'm not going to do any more. Oh my God, can you do Korean ears? I might have that done next. At the end of the video where he said, when my nipples done, I'm done, he said, oh, can you do Korean ears? I might have that done next. Showing how much of substance this man is. Then, right, I ain't even follow it. I didn't even make notes. I wrote down nose, eyes. I don't even know what the word underneath that is. White skin, tattoo, nailed it. This is how somebody like me, this is how somebody goes 15 years and only has 600 subscribers. Fuck it, I forgot to do it at the beginning. I meant to do a disclaimer at the beginning saying, by the way, I say fuck a lot. I swear. I'm sorry. But, and that's going to read backwards, but he goes, Ollie, eh? At the beginning of his videos. And I'm like, Ollie, eh? Maybe that's what he's trying to say. Who knows? Let's try and carry on with the thread. Right, so he did the old fucking, I'm going to do this. Then he came out and said, I'm going to get my skin whitened. And he's like, oh, yes, I'm going to have skin whiter than Michael Jackson. Well, maybe. Actually, I'll probably not be that white. You'll probably not be as white as a black man. Also, from people that I've seen, from the Koreans that I've seen, and I don't follow a lot of Koreans, right? I follow Ben Kim, that's it, because he's... and he's like off Oli London. But from what I've seen from Koreans, they call Westerners, people with... They call us whiteys. They don't call us whiteys, but they call us white people. So if Koreans call us white people, why are you as a white person saying you need to be whiter to be Korean? Logic. Come at me with some logic on that particular one. Let's move on, because this ain't going too well, really. And then, right, he's like, oh, yes. It was quite funny, actually, right? Because he had his face painted with all this white stuff. This face-numbing cream. Said, oh, even the face-numbing cream's white. No, even the face... even the face-numbing cream's Korean. And then he got out this box and it got half Korean and half English. And he went, oh, it's written in my native language. It's like, yep. And the other half's Korean. And he's like, oh, it's got ingredients. All the ingredients are Korean. Not all the ingredients are Korean. Like, I don't know. I'm wanting to say albumin, but that's from eggs. But I like this thing and distilled water. So I commented on this video and said, because nothing says all Korean ingredients like distilled water. He named 2 things because that's all he could read at the top of the English part. Literally. And then, I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel bad because it's Oli London. Like, he's like got this face numbing cream and this geezer's going across his head with a syringe and he's just dribbling the liquid on his head. But because he got a syringe, Ollie sat there going, oh, it didn't even hurt. Oh my God, it didn't even hurt because of this amazing Korean cream. And then he brought out the beast machine. You saw her, you go, it's like, oh, it didn't even hurt, look, because it's got a syringe. Didn't even hurt. And then he ended up looking like a boiled tomato, which, like, cracking. But this new video he's done, he's had a tattoo of ginning over his eye, right? And obviously he's wanting to look white because he's had this whitening treatment, which is, and he went to this tattoo artist, and this tattoo artist was Korean and nothing like the same colour. Nothing like the same colour as alleged Ginny, right? Like, it's like, well, if he's Korean and he ain't that colour, are you? Even white people ain't that colour, and they don't even live in Korea. Right? So he has this tattoo and he's doing these things, and like literally, if you get to watch the video, do. If you like, go to Oli London's channel. At the end, right at the end, he does this photo shoot, and he's got these like gaps around his nose, and I posted it. I took a photograph of it and posted it on my Facebook wall. If you want to add me on Facebook, you're more than welcome, by the way, if you're not already on there. Like literally I said, like, you know, like if you run out of foundation and you have to use cake mix, because he looked like he got cake mix on his face. He just got this white stuff, but it was patchy and blotchy, and I know that I ain't skincare perfection woman extraordinaire. Go to somebody else for that, right? But I'm not going out there and saying, look at me because of my face. Do you know what I'm saying? So I want you to hear my voice. I don't give a shit about my face. That's why I rarely put makeup on and whatever. But my point of this video is that I think that Oli London is dangerous, and he is being funded by somebody who wants something dangerous to happen. Pointing question, Jessie Nelson, ex of Little Mix, right? At the minute, I ain't a Little Mix fan, never have been, to be fair. Well, actually, I like them. I like Jessie Nelson's new song. But she's been accused of blackfishing because she's got a tan and has plaits in her hair. And yeah, admittedly, she's acting black, right? She's been accused of blackfishing. What the fuck harm can that do to a black person? Give me proof that that harms a black person and I'll give you a $5, right? It's just come off of the old Black Lives Matter fandango, and literally there are people out there like Oli London who are literally deciding they come from a different culture that they've visited once. On every video he's like, oh yeah, oh, I'm going to have to move to Korea soon. He spends his time between London, from what I've Googled, he spends his time between London and Dubai. Now, why the fuck would some random 30-year-old English dude be in Dubai if he ain't getting paid by bumders? Now, if you're following the story, he's Frenchie Morgan, his ex-best friend, when he married Cardboard Jim. Right? She said he's a bum boy. He is a rent boy for a rich, powerful man. Right? So if she's to be believed, this guy is getting bummed by the rich and the powerful of the elite male white man world, and he is taking his fucking... So that's why he always comes out, oh, I've done this now, I'm getting that done now, I'm getting that done now, I'm getting that done now. Get my drift, right? Because rich white men of doing things to that man and paying him to carry on with his insanity. If he was pretending to be black, he would have been taken down fucking years ago. But you can do it with Korean. Maybe these people, maybe, just thinking off the top of my head, maybe these people want to promote Korea. Like, you know, like Squid Game's popular. Why not? Why can't we all just become Korea? Call me Gion from now on. Doksu. I've got tattoos. Call me Doksu. Literally, the world has gone mad, but there are certain points of the world that are not allowed to be spoken about right now. Blackfishing, you can be taken down for blackfishing. Black Lives Matter is fucking everywhere. What about Korean Lives Matter? What about Portugal people's lives matter? You know, like, what, you know, like, it's like, but in my personal opinion, you know, like, that my only problem with Black Lives Matter is the fact that it's wiped out so much other stuff, and also, nobody in Black Lives Matter says people are dying in Africa. People are dying in Africa every single fucking day that do not need to die. Because they weren't beaten to death by a policeman, it don't fucking matter. It ain't on me agenda. I'm gonna get myself stabbed now when I'm torches and pitchforks at dawn. But my point is, I think that Oli London is a tool. I don't think for a minute he's paid for his own fucking cosmetic surgery. He carries on promoting these things that are harming young children, because you've got young children looking at this thing, and I can only say thing. I think calling him a man, then I just said him there. Apparently he's not a him or a man or a he, but he ain't a she. I don't know any woman in this world that would be that fucking pathetic. Now I'm being sexist. Why does everything have to be an argument? I'm arguing with myself. I just know that whoever this thing is it is out there to harm. It is not out there. It's definitely not going by any of BTS's standards of love yourself first. Check my titties. I got this from Primark, and the reason I got it is because, yeah, it's so BTS. I'm so sorry, I've kicked the thing now. I got excited. But it's like, the thing about BTS is like, love yourself, know yourself, be yourself. And this thing, this it, has made a career and is progressing that career. It gets more famous every day, literally, by fucking people over, by promoting lies, by saying Korean people want to be whiter than fucking God, like, by literally saying your face is not good enough. That is anti-BTS, and it is also anti-me. Oli London, you're a piece of shit. Oli London, you should be ashamed of yourself, because you're not and never will have anything in your heart that is remotely like Jimin. Like, literally, BTS is about love. It's about bringing the world together. Look at my universe, for fuck's sake. Coldplay took BTS, do you think that Coldplay will go, oh, I know the next thing we need to do? We need to do a collab with Oli London. No, mate. It's never going to happen. You're only going to have a collab with the people that you get to walk down the street with you going, like, oh, he's harmful. I personally, end of the video, I think that Oli London is harmful to young children, and I think that is exactly why he's been bought by old rich white men in Dubai.